Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. I actually was expecting to have the afternoon off today, but around 11 o'clock or so, we got a call from this customer, and it's a move out. I guess the dad moved out. Very large house, as you're about to see. In fact, there's about 2,000 square feet of carpet that I'm cleaning, plus a set of stairs. It took me 2 hours to vacuum everything, including all the edges and corners, and it really needed vacuuming. It wasn't horrible looking, but a lot of dust everywhere. In fact, I used my Kirby, being such a large, here it is, being such a large area. I thought, yep, I want to use the power drive, be easier. And then I used my Shark rocket and did all the edges and corners. And this carpet is, it's probably at least 30 years old, by the way. This house is like a time capsule. A really nice house. It's on the market a couple $1,000,000, I guess, or more. Beautiful spot, looking over an area of Kelowna here. This is actually on Dilworth. It's another high end. Oh, look at that. 2-car garage. Actually, there's a 3-car garage right here. Oh, and here's my van. Nice. Beautiful spot. Just beautiful. But, you know, the house, very well built house for sure. You know, all high end stuff for its day. Nice. A little time warp, eh? This room here, there's actually quite an outline. You can see the area rug here, and you see a different color in the middle because the area rug's sitting there for so long, and all around it's very much, very badly faded. And there was actually an outline, almost like a black outline here. But what I did is when I came along with the vacuum, I just went very, very slowly, and it got actually it was just dust jammed into the carpet, and the Kirby was able to pull that out. I actually haven't vacuumed the steps. I've done the edges and everything on the steps, but not the actual steps yet. So there's the Shark rocket sitting there, ready for when I'm going to do that. So that's what I got downstairs. The carpet's actually not in bad shape, really, for the age. Not really that soiled. I mean, there's wear, and I'll show you some wear and whatever. Pooling and shading, you can see that's actually pooling and shading going on. And light, you know, it really faded out in a lot of areas where the light is really getting at it. Obviously, there was a couch over there, and it's a darker tone. You can see this is quite a traffic lane here. There's some perimeter filtration staining going on over there, which I'll address with that brush. I'll be showing you that. There was something kind of odd going on over here. I'm not sure what that is. And so I'll get that. I give that another hit. Maybe there was a corner desk, is what I was thinking, and somebody been kind of rubbing their feet there or something. I'm not really sure, because obviously the house is totally empty, which is good. But I did, as I say, it took literally 2 hours. 2 hours to vacuum. I took my time, no rush. And what was interesting is the carpet was actually literally changing color as I was vacuuming it, because there was, in most areas, it wasn't really obvious, but when you vacuum, you could see the carpet brightening up because there was so much dust sort of jammed on the carpet. And what you're seeing right here, by the way, this is actually the pooling and shading effect. That's not a dirt patch. That's just the way the carpet is leaning towards us and leaning away over there. And how do you know that? Well, because you come over here and look at it the opposite way, and it disappears. Because this is just, so it's just an optical illusion caused by the way the carpet will take a set one way and the other, kind of like the part in your hair, as it were, which I have no idea about anymore because I don't have I have no more part. The part is gone. Again, this is pooling and shading, so we can't fix that. In fact, sometimes when you clean a carpet, when there's when there's pooling and shading, sometimes it can actually look a little more obvious afterwards. So you need to be able to explain to your customer what you're seeing there, that the carpet can take on a certain light and dark shading from the wear and tear. Let's see what we can see out this window. Yeah, there we go. And actually there wasn't really that many stains. There's a few. There's actually a colored one there which I treated. There's a few here and there. Nothing terribly scary, really. This is a big house though. It's and this one had some odd stuff going on over here. And then underneath the closet doors we had quite a filtration thing going on, which I've pre-treated, and we'll deal with that when I get here. Yeah, so very old, looking, but in really good shape. At one point this was top of the line stuff, right? But that was a while ago. So we're going to do some carpet cleaning. Just going to pre-wet this area because I'm going to start off right here. I probably don't actually need to do a two-step with this, but because it has such a, because it is so old, I'm going to do it anyway. And I have boosted with, I mixed up radical rinse, 1.5 ounces per gallon, and I added another ounce of NanoMAAX as well, so it's a little more punch here because I wanted to just, the carpet had such a dingy look. It's really not that bad. Now that the vacuuming is done, it looks a lot better, but I thought, yeah, I'll do it anyway. We're going to add that little extra punch to the carpet. And yeah, wow, that looks better. So I'll focus the fiber pad obviously on the high traffic areas. I've got a little more solution in here than normal. I actually probably have about 3 gallons, and I can feel it. The machine feels heavier, which is okay. This is a big area, so I knew I could probably use a little extra solution. So yeah, pre-vacuuming is, I think it's really an important thing to do. I know that perhaps not everybody will do that. Ooh, look at that. But the customer, when I got here, she said, I knew that I understood that you vacuum, so I didn't bother doing it. And it's like, no, that's no problem. And see, the problem is that if you were going to rely on your customer to vacuum, you don't know how good they're going to vacuum. Their vacuum may not be working right, or it may be just a poor vacuum anyway, or they may be really bad at vacuuming, because most people are very haphazard when it comes to vacuuming. They don't really do it with a great deal of precision. And I guess it depends on the business model that you want to adopt, but I learned long ago that when you're doing this, you do your best. Just checking something there. You do your best at what you do, and it pays off in the end. Don't cut corners. That's my view of it anyway. And I think that not vacuuming is actually cutting corners. Now, if all you're doing is move outs and apartments, and you've got an arrangement with the building manager, and he goes in and pre-vacuums ahead of ahead of you, well, that's a different story, but you know, for the most residential stuff, I think it's a better idea for us as professionals, hopefully, that we you know, take that extra time to do that. And of course you're going to charge for that, but anyway, that's just my view. So actually this is looking surprisingly good for the, I guess the thing about it is the hog's hair is actually really doing a fantastic job of addressing that traffic wear. It's really pulling up the yarn, which of course it does. It really does lift the pile nicely. So maybe the footwear, or the I'm having a brain freeze here. Maybe the pooling and shading won't be so obvious after all, though, because this is really doing a wonderful job of lifting and straightening out that yarn. My goodness. This is a nylon, by the way. No doubt about it. A nice quality nylon, too. Quite a plush yarn, this one. Again, I'm not going to be getting right to the edges with this, but look at that. It looks like the pooling and shading is way better. Interesting. But that's one of the things that I find the hog's hair, any of the fiber pads, are just so effective at lifting the pile and everything. So, and the hog's hair is just really a game changer, I tell you. I haven't pre-sprayed anywhere. I don't need to. As I'm doing a two-step cleaning with this, you could consider what I'm doing right now to be the application of the pre-spray. Kind of working it in, as it were, and then I'm going to be following that with the I decided to use the green stripe pads on this particular job. I think they're the right choice for this one. And so this is not a flat rate room by room pricing that I do. For those of you who don't know, we go strictly by square foot, always. You know, the thing is that if I was going a flat rate room pricing for a job like this one, every one of these rooms is much larger than normal. And, you know, it really doesn't make sense when you think about it to be charging the same for a room that's 2 or 3 times the size of other rooms that you might charge the same rate. And I used to be flat rate many years ago, but when I went square foot pricing, it made a tremendous difference to the bottom line, and it really made virtually no effect on the jobs that I booked either, other than we continued to basically go up market, as it were. And by the way, there were some stains over there that I had pre-treated, and they're gone. They just disappeared. I don't know if you noticed that, but now we're gonna just get in, stand to the edge of this door, because there was a bit of a mark there from the hinge, or possibly actually that looks like filtration staining there. this. This carpet is looking very nice, but it's nylon. Boy, sure missed the nylon everywhere. I did one, actually the job I did this morning, polyester, probably about 3 or 4 years old. What a piece of junk. It's already very, very worn, terribly worn in the, oops, terribly worn in the traffic areas. They just don't stand up. Okay, so we're going to come back and with the green stripe in a few minutes. We'll let that sit for a bit. Kind of a awkward setup, that. All right, now where are we at? Only been at it for 16 minutes. Motoring along pretty good, huh? It's probably the same carpet, just a different, just a different color of it. We're motoring along really nicely, huh? Probably take me about the same amount of time to do the cleaning as it did the vacuuming, actually. I did not rush the vacuuming. Oh, yeah. There were little spots on this carpet, by the way, which I don't think you can see, but as I'm going over them, they're disappearing instantly. Probably can't see it in the camera. can see how I can easily maneuver this thing, even though it's pretty large. But the nice thing about the rotary is that they're so terribly nimble. Ooh, looking good. All right, we'll never get perfection in those scenarios, but we're looking good. Okay, let's go over here. Where are we at? All right, we'll go a little further. Really brightening up, actually. It's not quite as warm today as it's been, so that's kind of nice. But I'm actually fairly close to the big fires that are in, well, not that close, I guess, Jasper. Well, technically it's actually in Alberta, I guess. But this is just a few hours away from the Rocky Mountains. We've been there once. Had a disaster there with my old van, which you guys never saw it. My Astro van that I had, we were driving it. Actually, no, it was my wife's van. Come to think of it, she had an Astro van. Actually, she had a GMC, a Safari, and we were on our way to Jasper, and we were about an hour or two, maybe out on the highway, and one of the radiator hoses blew, and what a disaster. I managed to limp my way into Jasper. Got there late and managed to find water along the way and kept refilling the radiator. But I finally got in there, but no motel anywhere, no accommodation at all. We had to sleep in the van, sitting in the seats because we had a bunch of stuff in the back. That was a nasty night. Right beside a train shuttle yard or whatever. Anyway, we survived. Came back to Kelowna a few days later, and I took my wife out and bought her a new car. That was the end of that one. Anyway, let's go over here, and we'll do this as a separate video. We'll run the green stripe pad on this one now. Okay, so I'll let you go. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.